Okay, we're rolling.
It is Saturday, 12 p.m. noon. That means we're getting strange here on the Mega Strange Podcast. Welcome, everybody, to another episode of the strangest podcast on YouTube.
I know you just woke up.
The most mega-ist podcast on YouTube. Yeah, it's Saturday at noon. You just woke up. Maybe it's 2:30, 3 in the afternoon. You're recovering from a late night of partying or perhaps
gaming,
or dare I say, cryptid hunting, because that's what we were doing this week. And I wouldn't blame you if you were out there cryptid hunting late at night as well.
Yes.
Because we discovered that there are more monsters here in our backyard, right here in San Diego.
Yeah, I'm surprised that you keep like every couple of weeks you tell me about a new San Diego cryptid. I didn't know how haunted and possessed San Diego was.
In fact, we started this week's adventure at what is supposedly the most haunted Walgreens in San Diego. Yeah. I would argue that might make it the most haunted Walgreens in America. Why don't we go to that Walgreens and show everybody what we found?
Yeah.
What's up? Welcome to Mega Strange, a very special episode of Mega Strange. We're coming to you live from the field today. We're cryptid hunting today, everybody. How you feeling, Johnny?
I'm feeling great.
Do you know where we are?
We're at a gosh dang Walgreens.
We're in front of a Walgreens because I was doing some research here in San Diego, and I heard a story that said this Walgreens might be haunted.
What?
Yeah. The story I heard was that there was a famous bakery here in San Diego called the Haven Bakery, where a murder massacre happened. Apparently, that building became so haunted. Please, no laughing. Became so haunted that they tore it down in 2008.
Yeah.
And rumors say, as the legend goes, this person's about to run us over. Let's come over here. As the legend goes, they built a Walgreens on the site of the old Haven Bakery. And supposedly that Walgreens is haunted. The bathroom of the bakery was haunted. The bathroom of the Walgreens is supposed to be haunted. Now, how do you feel right now?
I feel like we're in a R.L. Stein book or something. Also, it's really funny to me that across the street there is a Rite Aid. So
we're not going to show the Rite Aid. The Rite Aid is not supposedly haunted. Now I have to let you know, I did some research. This Walgreens ain't haunted. This Walgreens ain't haunted because
why are we here?
I found out the Haven Bakery is a real place and was actually torn down in 2008, but it wasn't at this location. This just happens to be the closest Walgreens to where the Haven Bakery was. So I can only assume that the rumors online had to be referring to this Walgreens. The actual site of the bakery, I'm gonna pause for this truck. The actual site of the bakery is on the other end of what I have found out is supposedly the most haunted and demon-infested road in America. A road known as Proctor Valley Road. Now, Proctor Valley Road has the Proctor Valley Monster. It has the demon car. It has the hitchhiking ghost and a couple of other ghosts. I think we should travel down Proctor Valley Road and see if we can make it to the other side alive.
I think so.
And see if we can find the location of the Haven Bakery, site of the Haven Bakery massacre. This is going to be a crazy episode of Mega Strange. We're hunting ghosts. We're hunting cryptid. We're leaving this Walgreens.
Oh, we are?
Well, unless you want to go inside and grab something.
Yeah, I'm hungry.
All right, we're going to grab a snack inside Walgreens, and then we're going to find the demons and ghosts and monsters on Proctor Valley Road. All right.
Let's go.
So we're back.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
That was a nice trip to Walgreens. Phew. Turns out I guess that Walgreens isn't exactly haunted, as we explained.
I mean, the people there looked like they had seen something.
Maybe the
fucked
customers themselves were haunted for other unknown reasons.
Yeah.
But the building seemed spiritually clean and clear. Why did I think that was haunted? Well, I'll tell you, Johnny.
Yeah.
And the faithful audience at home.
Lay it on me.
So I think I mentioned that. Well, first of all, let me say today's episode is about what I have come to know as the most haunted and demon-infested road in America, a little back road here in San Diego called Proctor Valley Road. This is a place that I had always heard about growing up in San Diego, and somebody, it's kind of known as a local legend that in the 60s, all the teenagers would go out on Proctor Valley Road hunting for a cryptid known as the Proctor Valley Monster. Did a lot of research about the Proctor Valley Monster, but in doing that research, found out that there's all kinds of ghost stories and demonic entity stories coming from this road. And apparently the famous comic book author Grant Morrison wrote a whole comic that came out this year called Proctor Valley Road, and it kind of covers all of these topics. But not only do we have the Proctor Valley Monster, which, by the way, is Bigfoot's cousin, as he is known. I guess there's a whole lineage in the cryptid universe. Like, the Yeti is related to the abominable snowman, and they're distant relatives of the skunk ape, who is like related by marriage to Sasquatch, who is cousins with the Proctor Valley Monster.
1, skunk ape sounds like a really good like crust punk band.
Right.
2, I feel like there's some type of family dinner joke, but it's not coming to me. But give me a while, I'll think of something.
Yeah, it's like the Addams Family, but they're all variations of the Bigfoot. Proctor Valley Monster, by the way, I've heard it's a bovine-esque creature, which means he has cattle-like features. Basically been described as the San Diego Minotaur.
Okay.
I think I have a photo that I could throw up here. Check this guy out.
Oh, shit.
Look at that beast.
He looks like Satan. That's the first thing that came to my mind.
Or like Satan's brother.
Yeah, Satan's brother.
Or something like that.
Satan's homie.
So in doing research on this road, found out about all these things, but then found out about this famous haunted bakery on the other end of the road.
Yeah.
Here's the first story I found, which brings into question the Walgreens that we were at. The tale of Haven Bakery, formerly in Hamul, which is a part of San Diego that we were in, on the other side of Proctor Valley Road, now long gone. It was run by the father of a young daughter. One day, as the story goes, the father came home to the bakery after a business trip and discovered that his daughter, for whatever reason, had committed suicide in the basement. He discovered the body hanging from the ceiling, dead. He snaps, goes totally insane, and kills all of the workers in the restaurant, stacking their bodies in the restaurant bathroom, and then he hangs himself as well. Apparently, the place becomes super haunted, but it is eventually torn down in 2008. It was rumored to be extremely haunted, particularly in the bathroom and basement.
Why the bathroom?
Because that's where he stacked all the dead bodies.
Oh.
The basement was rumored to contain the ghost of a little girl. It's a popular place for high school students to go to at night. And after being torn down in 2008, according to this story, it says it might now be a Walgreens in Hamul. Although no clue if it's still haunted by the ghost of the young girl. Turns out there is no Walgreens in Hamul.
No,
we looked it up.
We looked.
The Walgreens we went to was the closest one to the bakery. That's one version of the story. There's a couple. So here's the thing. I'll give you some foreshadowing. There are elements of truth to this story. It didn't exactly happen like this. There is a true and confirmed version of this story, but we'll get to that later in this episode.
Okay.
Because we actually found the site of the old bakery, and it was creepy. Wouldn't you say? There was a vibe to that place.
Yeah. I don't want to say too much.
I felt like I was in like the old Bayou Swamp.
Yeah.
I mean, were we still in San Diego?
Yeah, I could tell like part of you like didn't want to go. Like I remember we got there and I was like, I want to go behind that gate. And even you were like, I don't know.
We found a gate that blocked the property and we could see the sign of the old bakery. And then we found a way around the gate. We'll show you the footage when we go there. We'll reveal more of the story of Haven Bakery and the massacre that occurred there. But I want to roll it back and I want to talk more about Proctor Valley Road. We went down Proctor Valley Road.
Yes.
We drove down it, and we have right here a souvenir artifact from it.
I forgot we took that.
An officially haunted, potentially demon-possessed stick from Proctor Valley Road. Now,
are you touching that, bro?
it's been cleansed.
Oh.
I feel a good energy. You know what's interesting?
You smudge it?
I didn't. But I feel like this could be used. This is the ultimate smudge stick. Remember when we went to the Anzo Borrego Desert when we were searching for Bigfoot a few episodes ago, and we were standing out there and we felt like I'm going to say an energy to the environment. It felt it felt spooky, not so much spooky. It felt mystical to me. Felt like there could be magical, unknown things happening there.
Yeah.
Proctor Valley definitely had the same vibe, a little less so. It wasn't so removed from reality, but we're driving down the road, and I swear to you, I see something sticking out of the sand, and it looks weird to me, and I think that is some witchcraft stuff going on there.
Yeah.
Lo and behold, we pull over. We discover the site of a witchcraft ritual right there on Proctor Valley Road.
I had a weird moment where I saw it, and then immediately, like, it looked like the game over screen from Symphony of the Night with all, like, the crosses and shit in the sand. And I was like, that's crazy. And then I thought for a second, I'm like, why is that there? And then you said witchcraft, and I was like, oh, God, like, what have we stumbled upon?
Somebody was out there doing some witchcraft. We'll show you that as well. We're going to get to the footage of us going down Proctor Valley Road. We talked about being out there on camera. I want to go over real briefly. I want to give a rundown of kind of the big ghosts and entities that are known to haunt Proctor Valley Road. I'm going to start with Proctor Valley Monster. So all the way back on November 19th in 1968, San Diego Union Tribune put out an article written by the columnist Frank Rhodes. And it essentially said that hundreds of high school students from the South Bay area and college kids are staging nightly hunts for the Proctor Valley Monster.
Okay.
According to the article, which was written on November 19th, 1968, it all started last week after a story went around that someone saw and shot a monster in the valley during the night. The monster escaped with its wounds, but left behind enough blood to be analyzed.
I like your newsy voice.
The Union Tribune reported in 1968, the valley is grazing lands on the old Otay Ranch near Sunnyside. By day, the searchers look for footprints and thus far have failed to find any, but resume the hunt at about 2 a.m. And one parent said, it all seems a little foolish, but it's better than rioting. That's a reference to the famous 1960 San Diego teenage riots. Maybe we'll talk about that in another episode.
What? Wait, what? 1960 teenage riots?
All right, so some San Diego history for you.
It's like Monster Go-Go?
There was a very famous teenage riot that happened here in San Diego. You can look it up on Wikipedia. It's known as one of the first youth riots in all of America. Essentially,
they start a youth riot.
They banned drag racing here in San Diego, and that was a problem.
Dude.
And there was a riot on El Cajon Boulevard, the biggest street here in San Diego. Here we are like a few years later, and now all the teenagers are hunting monsters out in Proctor Valley, and the parents are like, well, at least they're not rioting in the streets.
Seems like an old movie.
More interesting than the Proctor Valley Monster, and we'll talk more about that later, there is the demon car.
Yeah, you were telling me about that.
Yeah.
The demon car.
Let me see if I could pull up my notes here on the demon car.
How does a car become demonized? Does like someone die in it?
Nobody knows. Okay, yeah. So the demon car on Proctor Valley Road.
Car.
So
that sounds like a RPG.
There's stories from like teenagers. I essentially found a website. I found a bunch of websites that talked about Proctor Valley Road.
Yeah.
But on one in particular, there were a bunch of comments. There's a comment section that was thriving, and it was a bunch of people.
Still?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Some of these stories were from as recently as this year. And it was a bunch of people sharing stories about Proctor Valley Road. One of them said, I grew up out there, and my great grandpa had a ranch on Jonelle Way. I spent a lot of time out there as a teen. The mysterious lights caused me and my friends to crash our car one day. Tried to outrun them, lost control on a turn, came to rest facing the other way, and once the dust settled, the lights were gone. I saw some weird cult-type stuff up on the old airstrip, strange wood cuttings out of human heads with X's for eyes and screaming mouths painted on them. I also saw a black figure following us on the Bonita side of Proctor, and the radio. Yep, the radio would always go haywire about 200 feet off the paved road. So he briefly mentions the lights there, but there's essentially stories going down this road that you'll be driving and a pair of headlights will start following you from off in the distance, and they'll come closer and closer. Apparently, the faster you go, the closer the lights get to you. Another person says here, the strangest things would happen. Some nights there would be this phantom headlight chasing you. The faster and crazier you drive, these lights were inches away from your bumper. Apparently, these lights will chase you all the way up to the end of the paved road, and then when the end of the dirt road, and then when it turns into pavement again, they'll stop and retreat back into the valley, and you can turn and see that it's just lights with no car attached. Here's another person that said in 2015, the only thing I know for sure that is true are the headlights behind you. I went with my buddies from Valhalla in 2013. That's a local high school.
Oh, I was like, damn, we got fucking Norse gods.
And we kept driving deeper and deeper until we saw some white headlights behind us, getting closer each time. We decided to go back because we thought it was Border Patrol or a sheriff, but to our surprise, those lights never appeared. And there's no way they could have disappeared just like that because there's a metal bar on the side and you can't drive off the road. It was weird. So these guys were driving down Proctor Valley Road, and they saw some headlights coming up behind them. They thought it was Border Patrol coming to tell them to get out of there. So they figured, well, let's just turn around. And then coming back, the lights disappeared, and they never saw a car. They didn't know where they came from. And we drove down the road, and you know that it's barred on either side. There's no way to pull off.
No. It was hard to even just drive on there in general. It was so, rocky.
It was. You have to have good shocks.
Should we not even do this?
We're about to break down.
And then the last really big popular thing I want to talk about is the ghost lady, who apparently there is a woman out there in a white dress. Sometimes she's described as wearing a blue dress. She's often described as glowing, and sometimes she glows blue or sometimes she glows white. Okay. She's always asking for help. She's waving for help. And if you approach her, she'll start to chase you out of there. There are so many reports of the woman in white. Here's one that says, I can honestly say that me and 5 others saw the lady back in 1987. We heard this story about a lady walking around on Proctor Valley Road asking for help. We thought, okay, it's 3 a.m. Let's drive out there. As we're coming around a bend, we see this blue thing on the side of the road. It was this lady in a fetal position. We slowed down to get a better glimpse of the blue thing. As the headlights shined on this thing, it stood up. It turned out to be some lady in a bluish gown of some kind. She did look like she was glowing in a faint manner. It could have been the headlights. She started waving her hands like she was asking for help. I also remember her mouth moving as if she was talking, but no words were coming out. Obviously, we all freaked out and sped out of there as fast as we can. A buddy of mine looked back and said, I don't see her anymore. Another story says, and then there's...
I wish I had a theremin after every story.
Woo! You can pipe one in.
Yeah, I'm going to.
Another report about the woman says, then there's the lady dressed in blue. She has a strange blue glow about her. Don't stop. Keep going. Proctor Valley is one of those places that is just plain flat out evil, haunted, and believed to be Native American burial ground.
Okay.
Actually, before we show footage of us driving down the road, I stopped early on and filmed a lake. Maybe you could show some footage of the lake. I told you I had read a story about that lake. Me and my brother, this one is from January 2021.
Oh shit, really?
Earlier this year. Hi, me and my brother plus our mom were visiting Mountain Hawk Park in Otay near Olympic Training Center today, January 24th, 2021. As we were walking around the park, me and my brother spotted this thing walking in white on the other side of the lake. At first, I told him it's probably a bird, but this thing looked confused and wearing all white. It was probably about 5'9" or something. We can't explain it. This thing was weird. It got into the water and started swimming across to the other side, kind of in the direction we were in, but probably about 50 yards out. We kept watching, and finally we called Border Patrol just in case this was a person in trouble, but the Border Patrol agents told us it was most likely a bird. My brother can't let it go. He is curious as to what it was. Definitely not a bird. Maybe you can help us. So that would be a report that would fall in line with maybe the Proctor Valley Monster, maybe the woman in white. Why don't we show some people some footage of this road?
Yeah.
We'll show them what we experienced down there. We'll show them the witchcraft site we saw. We talk about finding a tree, which might be the site of another local legend.
Okay.
And we collect this artifact. Enjoy
It's an artifact now?
Yeah, it's a haunted artifact. Call Earl and Lorraine Warren because this is going in their museum next to the Annabelle doll.
Oh shit.
The Proctor Valley stick. This is us cryptid hunting down Proctor Valley Road.
We're driving here. We're on Proctor Valley Road. You can see there's nothing. Come with me. There's nothing in any direction for miles, like the Anzo Borrego Desert. This has like a very spooky feel to it. I was just driving by here. Saw a love spell candle buried here in the ground. So out here on Proctor Valley Road, stumbling across just some witchcraft happening out in the wild. Just some of the stuff you're going to experience out here on Proctor Valley Road, the most haunted and demon-infested road in America. We're here looking for the Proctor Valley Monster. There are stories of ghost hitchhikers on this road. The woman in white, the demon car, is known to haunt this road, coming up and down these parts. I'm getting goosebumps. So let's get back in the car and get out of here before something bad happens to us.
What's happening? We're here. We're deep in the Proctor Valley Road.
Here we are, standing in the middle of Proctor Valley Road, the most haunted road, the most demon-infested road in America.
R.L. Stein shit.
Supposedly. We've been driving around here. We saw some witchcraft happening. We saw a lot of gunfire, evidence of gunshots.
Yeah, there's multiple signs with gun-ridden?
Yeah.
Bullet-ridden. Bullet-ridden signs.
Yeah, you got it. I want to tell the story about the car with the couple. Yeah. We filmed a tree earlier because, in every city in America, there's this urban legend about this couple that goes and parks somewhere, and then they're canoodling, they're making out, and then the guy has to get out for some reason. Oh, what's that noise, Becky? I don't know. And then he doesn't come back.
Shit.
And she starts hearing scratches on the roof.
Scratch.
And when she finally gets out, she finds her boyfriend hanging from a tree, and it's his feet, or sometimes he's upside down and it's his fingers scratching the roof of the car. This urban legend, apparently it takes place in every city in America. Well, in San Diego, it takes place here on this road. If this story happens everywhere in America, then in San Diego, this is the spot. Parked underneath the tree. There's some trees over there, which there's footpaths. It looks like people go down there, maybe if they're monster hunting. We saw the tree on the closest to the road earlier, which might be the tree, though it looked a little young. It could have been here back in the 60s. How do you feel just being out here in the middle of nowhere? Do you feel like an energy or a sense of
that witchcraft
mystery here?
That witchcraft is really scary. It was like a candle with like some liquid around some rocks. To me, that was the weirdest vibe so far. Everything else kind of feels like I'm about to enter Breaking Bad. Like I'm more afraid of like all the bullet holes I've seen today.
We've been driving down this road for about 30 minutes, 40 minutes. It's nothing but this. Everything you see, this is what it is the whole way. In fact, this is the most paved part of the road we've found. We pulled over because it's actually smooth. It's been very shaky. One of the things about Proctor Valley Road is cars mysteriously break down here often, and then we'll start back up once the supernatural experience has passed. But you were saying driving in here, like, our car is probably about to break down because our suspension system can't handle this road.
Yeah, I understand if it's like a fucking unpaved road, probably people break down all the time. But I don't know.
How would you feel being out here at 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning?
I'd probably be really scared. I think any kind of vibe like this, any type of open wilderness.
Yeah. Well, let me tell you,
scary.
There's multiple reportings of people being out here at night, taking photos with their friends, looking at the photos later, seeing people standing behind them. I'm not saying it's cryptids. I'm saying that there are people who live on the land here.
Oh.
You don't know. I feel like there could be serial killers, wandering hermits. I did find a story about a ghost wanderer, like a person, basically like a homeless wanderer scavenger who walks around missing an arm.
Okay.
I found multiple stories about a hitchhiking ghost, a woman in a blue dress or a white dress, who needs help. She'll be waving for help. She'll be screaming for help. But when you get close, she'll attack you. She'll chase you out of Proctor Valley. Multiple stories about that. When we get back to the studio, I'll share some of these stories that I've found.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think coming out here at night, you have a high likelihood of seeing somebody on foot.
Sorry, I heard noises. I thought it was gunshots.
I thought I heard gunshots
yeah,
too.
that's fucking scary.
If you're out here at 2 a.m, Johnny, you're getting scared. His fists are balled. He's pacing back and forth. If I came out here at 2 a.m. and I saw somebody just walking by on foot, I would probably shit my pants.
Me too.
So this place definitely sets the scene for scary paranormal things to happen. If you look around, we saw some ruins of some ranches and farms. Dating back 100 years, there's stories of cattle and cow mutilations taking place on this road.
Cattle decap.
That's where the birth of the Proctor Valley Monster story started.
Oh.
He's a hybrid, half Bigfoot. Some people say he has bovine features, kind of like a San Diego Minotaur.
That's cool.
You know, bullhead. We'll share some of those stories back in the studio as well, but this is the spot. This is one of the most haunted and paranormal spots in San Diego.
Yeah, this is a lot. I kind of want to... There's some shit over here. I really want to look at it.
All right, we're going to explore this shit over here.
Oh, maybe I'll just stick.
Looks like trash. Watch out for snakes. Those look like wrappers off the water bottle. Do you want to take a souvenir piece of wood? A haunted piece of wood for our set?
Yeah.
Let's grab a...
Do you think this stick does a good swishy noise?
How about this? Can this be the haunted Proctor Valley piece of wood for our set? Ooh, that's a good soundbite. Hold on, let's get the mic on that.
I don't want to hit you.
Go ahead.
Epic, dude.
Very nice.
That's some Naruto shit.
Okay.
Sorry, I got excited.
We're trying to do a supernatural podcast here, not an anime podcast.
Oh, shit.
At the end of this road is supposedly the Haven Bakery, where that murder happened, that huge massacre. It's a haunted bakery that they've torn down, which it's supposedly still haunted. So we're gonna head on down to the location of the Haven Bakery, and we're gonna check that out. So let's get on our way.
Okay, I'm gonna take the stick with me.
Okay, let's get out of here.
We're back.
We are back.
That was Proctor Valley Road.
That was Proctor Valley Road.
How are you enjoying this episode so far?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm having a great time. I feel like I'm just getting lost in your stories.
Yeah. It's a lot to take in.
Yeah, I just I get deep in thought as you say them. Like I was thinking a lot about that person, the image of someone just all in white getting into a lake and just swimming towards you. That's like really scary.
There were a lot of creepy stories. Honestly, I pulled out some of my favorites because a lot of them were just like, I saw something. I don't know what it was. I went into a shack. I don't know what it was. In fact, here's one that is kind of not as descriptive.
Okay.
I found a lot of stories that didn't fall into these specific cryptids: the monster, the lady, the demon car. Some of them, I heard stories of like haunted hitchhikers. I heard stories. Some people say they've seen El Chupacabra out there. In fact, I didn't pull the video, but there was a local newscast that they were reporting at night from Proctor Valley Road, and there's something walking behind the woman in the shadows. People were like, that's either a wolf or a coyote. But then the news report even says, some people told us it was the Proctor Valley Monster or El Chupacabra, which I thought was funny. I was like, the news is reporting about this stuff. But I feel like it was kind of tongue in cheek. Here's a story that says, one night, the three of us, myself, my friend Tom, and Mike, we drove out and somehow got off the main road and drove into one of the strangest places I've ever witnessed. It smelled very bad, and you can hear the snorting of pigs. The place was literally covered with mud and pigs.
They stumble into a farm?
Yeah, and we saw some abandoned farms out there too. By the way, this story is from 1966. This guy is telling of something that happened in 1966.
Yeah, I was like, hey, man, I stumbled upon a bunch of pigs, man.
We got out of his car. We walked into a very old shack in the middle of the farm. We saw an abandoned farm. We saw a farm with an abandoned shack. We knocked on the door, and to our astounding amazement, there was a strange figure sitting on a chair, slumped over. Tom backed up, knocked something over, and this ghoul started to get up. So the three of us ran like hell, got into the Mustang, found the main Proctor Valley Road, and drove home. Thanks for letting me share my story.
That one's clearly like they stumbled upon a man trying to do heroin.
Yeah, totally.
It's the 60s. He's like, what the fuck?
Well, it's interesting. Now, it's funny you say that. And I didn't tell you this before we went down there, but a lot of people on these sites were like, yeah, I've been on Proctor Valley Road, and people have driven by and flashed guns at me. I've been on Proctor Valley Road, and I've definitely seen like drug traffickers out there, and one person said, yeah, there's monsters on Proctor Valley Road. No monsters are worse than the humans, or something like that.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, you talked about how we went to the desert and there was kind of this mystic feeling on Proctor Road. I'm shortening it now. It just felt like I was about to get like abducted.
Yeah,
like
the desert, the Anza Borrego Desert had a mystical feel.
Yeah.
Proctor Valley Road had a scary feel.
Yeah,
it had an evil feel. Like something bad could happen at any moment out here.
Exactly.
And
there's not a lot of places like that.
Yeah,
where you just feel like something's about to go wrong.
Every time we saw a car passing us, coming up, or we were approaching a car, I thought, please, no incidences, please.
I feel like we probably look normal. Like we were just like with a camera, just filming stuff. Every other car seems so strange to me. Like, what are they doing?
Yeah,
like, we had a goal.
Why were they there?
Yeah.
So we did make it to the other side of Proctor Valley Road. We did find the Haven Bakery, the actual location of it.
Yes.
You want to show that footage now?
That is my favorite thing we recorded. That.
All right, this is us. At the Haven Bakery. I already told you the story, supposedly. But here's the spot. Here's the location. Check it out.
The location of the supposed old Haven Bakery, site of the Haven Bakery massacre. We've been told the bakery has been torn down, but it used to stand behind this gate. Is that the sign? And you can see a very haunted looking sign for the old bakery. Come up here. Let's peer through this gate here. Take a look at that sign. Haven Restaurant and Bakery. So this gate stands here now, but the restaurant used to stand here as recently as 2008.
Crazy.
When they tore it down. Supposedly, the bathroom and the basement were the most haunted rooms of the bakery.
Okay.
I don't know if I should tell the story here or tell it back at the studio.
Yeah, whatever you want to do. I don't know. This is fucking crazy. It looks like some fucking Jurassic Park shit.
Yeah, do some commentary.
Yeah, I don't know much about this area, but it's definitely scary. It looks like some Tim Burton nightmare. I really want to go in.
Well, you
we
can
kind
walk
of
around.
Yeah. Don't tell anyone.
Come with us, cameraman.
Doing some B&E on the podcast here.
We are officially
in
haunted territory here.
This is crazy. Whoa.
You getting a shot of that sign?
Was the thing demolished?
It was torn down in 2008.
Oh shit.
Used to stand right over there on the foundation.
I wonder if we could take this table. Do you think that table's from it?
I don't have room in my car, sadly. We're standing in front of the sign for the Haven Bakery, the site of the Haven Bakery massacre. The bakery was torn down in 2008, but this is one of the most haunted places in San Diego. Supposedly the bathroom and the basement were haunted because that's where the owner found his daughter dying. I'm hearing some footsteps coming from around the bushes, so we're gonna run back to the studio where I'm gonna tell you the full story of the Haven Bakery massacres, but we are on location here. It's pretty spooky. Let's get out of here.
Yeah, let's get the fuck out of here. Focus.
Can we be held like liable for like breaking and entering, or is that like
we didn't break anything? The gate was an ineffective. It was
dude,
a gate,
fix your fucking gate.
It was a gate with no fence. Like literally just sidestepped it. Like
we really did.
like it was a football player who couldn't keep up with our juking and jiving. So let me read you this other story from Haven's Bakery.
Sure.
There's a little known bakery that used to be out there that locals and ranchers and hired hands would come and get their coffee and donuts from, the Haven Bakery. One night, neighbors could hear screaming from far away, and they called the police, who came out and found the owner of the bakery dressed in his white apron covered in blood. He had murdered his whole family, and there were reports of cow mutilations. Cow mutilations is a big theme up there on Proctor Valley Road.
They love cattle decap. Band.
That's where that story ends. So now we have two conflicting stories. Did the guy murder his family, or did he murder all his employees? They both kind of concur that he stacked up all the bodies and that the place became haunted. Well, here's a third story, and this one is supposedly the true story. And it reads, once I find it here.
This one?
No. Here we go. I want to help out with confusion on the story. This was another comment of somebody who lived in there. First, the Haven Bakery in question is real, was in Hamul, not in East County. Secondly, the building has been torn down. The story has changed several times, so here is the truth. The only death was that of a little girl.
Oh, no.
Who fell down the stairs in the basement and was later declared dead at the hospital, not on location. The location, like so many other spots in Proctor Valley, is the site of an urban legend.
That's still pretty scary, though.
That being said, it is rumored that this bakery was haunted, particularly in the basement. Supposedly, the only true death to occur on site was in the basement, where there's rumored to be the ghost of a little girl. That place could be real, could actually be haunted.
Can I be frank with you right now?
Absolutely. Let's do it.
People have told us that the place we are in right now is haunted. We are recording with most of the lights off, and I'm I have such chills right now.
Do you want to hold the stick?
Yeah, I want to hold the stick. But
that stick will ward off.
Will it, or will it
or maybe it'll attract?
Is it like an antenna to the demon zone?
That's the sound of the
demons
being attracted to this piece of wood. If you burn that in the fireplace, it'll release stuff. Okay, so we're coming to the end of the episode here.
Yeah.
Couple more things I want to show.
Sure.
Now, let's talk about the fan reaction to what we've been doing so far.
Oh, yeah.
It's been really great. By the way, thank you everybody who's been subscribing to the new YouTube channel.
Thank
Mega
you.
Strange. You're probably watching this on the new YouTube channel. Thanks for joining us here. It's been really awesome for us. I feel like the YouTube algorithm is figuring out what our show is all about, and it's delivering it to the people who want to see this stuff.
Yeah.
And that's great for us. What were you going to say?
Oh, we have some fan mail.
Go ahead and grab that fan art. But people were complaining in the past episode that we didn't cite our sources or provide enough evidence for these stories or where we're getting them from, which I thought was quite a tall order.
Yeah.
Considering the fact that we were talking about a giant 8-foot skeleton that walks around the desert, what kind of evidence are you expecting us to present? I'm giving you everything I have.
Yeah, I mean, I also appreciate that we've interested someone enough for them to be like, oh, hey, I wanna know where you got that from.
Yeah, totally. That being said, the Proctor Valley Monster, guess what? Yeah. I found out that there is a museum 10 minutes away from Proctor Valley Road that claims to have a casting of the footprint of the Proctor Valley Monster. Yes, we went down to the Bonita Museum and Cultural Center. Yes, we spoke to the curator of that museum,
really did.
a very wonderfully nice woman named Wendy, who gave us the full rundown on the Proctor Valley Monster foot. We have footage of the foot. I want to show the footage of the foot. Can we show that footage right now?
We're going to show that footage.
We're back. How do you like them apples? We found the cousin of Bigfoot.
Yeah.
We found the casting of the foot. In my opinion, it kind of looked more like a hand.
There was the thing that cracked me up when we went there. There was a bunch of people looking at all these miniatures and stuff. And we were just right there looking at that foot. And the woman who I guess is the curator, she came up to us like so excited. She was like, oh, you want to talk about the Proctor monster?
Oh, yeah,
like she was so stoked.
Yeah, she said, so you're interested in the Proctor Valley monster? I told her about Mega Strange. I said, yeah, we do a podcast where we talk about local folklore, myths, legends. We're really interested in the Proctor Valley monster. She wants to get a movie made about it.
Dude.
She is very, very about the history of that part of San Diego, of which the Proctor Valley monster is a huge part. Before we get to some items that the fans sent us, I think we should end the episode with that.
Yeah.
But I have a video here of a group of people who drove down Proctor Valley Road, I think about 2 a.m.
Okay.
I believe that these people did not do any research about the creatures on Proctor Valley Road.
Okay.
They claim to have caught something on tape at about 47 seconds, which I want to show to you, Johnny, and everybody at home.
Scared.
I think this may be footage of the woman in white.
I saw a TikTok recently that said that ghosts aren't real because there would be a lot of dead white people.
You want to unpack that statement? I don't know what are we just gonna throw to the tape now?
Yeah. Let's move on.
Driving down Proctor Valley Road at 2 a.m. I'm gonna show this regular and at speed. You're probably not gonna notice anything. Then we're gonna slow it down, super slow motion, see if you can see what's going on. About 47 seconds. They say there's something on the left side of the screen.
Do you want me in control of this, or do you want to helm?
I'll do it here. I got
All right,
this.
here we go.
The wrong button.
So are you ready to go then?
Yeah, we're ready.
Okay, so I don't think you can hear any sound here.
Oh,
but it's okay.
Yeah, I'll edit it.
There's not really. You don't need the sound.
Yeah.
Because it's just them like giggling and being like, "Oh, are you putting your headlights on?"
This kind of sucks for me
Oh,
because I'm
is
not
that
gonna
the
be able
demon
to
car?
see
No, that's
anything.
another car coming.
Like what's through the camera?
I love this footage. It looks just like Blair Witch Project.
By the way, what was that car doing?
That's what I'm saying. When we went there, we saw a lot of SUVs just like
All right,
definitely making
10
drug
seconds.
deals.
7
my
seconds.
brights are on.
6,
Oh,
5.
right.
Which side?
See, this is a different. I don't know if I'm seeing.
This is pretty creepy.
I think that was it. You probably didn't see
Yeah, I
it
saw,
anywhere.
it looked like smoke came out.
Let's rewind it, and I'm
Sure.
going to show it again. I mean, you may need the footage or the sound.
Are you gonna have your brights on or
Yeah,
just like?
my brights are on.
Oh,
To be able to see.
bright.
Yeah, I don't know having the sound. Everything should be
See,
good.
this is a different. I
Oh
don't know.
yeah.
You need the sound to see it.
This is
I don't know if you're going to be able to see it from this far away, Johnny.
Yeah.
But the people at home might be getting this.
Okay.
I'm going to slow this thing down.
Sure. I'll get up on the screen right now if you want me to.
Yeah, why don't you go over there?
Okay.
I'm going to slow this down.
All right, I'm by the screen.
Johnny's by the screen.
Light.
Gonna be right over here.
See, this is different.
6. Who's this? See that? And they disappear. Boop. Did you see that?
Was like a walking person?
Yeah. There's a woman in a white dress. She's walking down the road there
I don't like
for
that.
3 seconds. And then she boops right out of existence. I'll do it one last time.
That's
here.
like the TV thing we saw the other day.
Flash the headlights on. There, walking right there.
Whoa.
It's
Oh yeah, I see it.
It's hard to see it from our angle. And then just poof, gone.
Number 12. The Proctor Valley woman. Some say there's a woman. Sorry. I was doing some chills.
We saw the ghost there.
You guys want to go back to Streamlabs and then hit main? We saw him. What?
So that's the Proctor Valley ghost. I mean, that's the the closest I could get to finding some footage
Some
of a
definitive
cryptid,
proof.
of a, that to me is as close as we're going to get without seeing it with your own eyes.
I had a great time hearing you tell me all those stories, going to those places, going to the Walgreens.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say. Thanks for sharing the stuff with me.
Let's talk about what we have here.
We have some stuff from our friend. They go by Jess, but they also go by John. So I don't know. They wrote a really long letter. It's super kind and sweet.
This is the person who's been doing fan art of us.
Yeah, this is one of the people that you probably saw this. They did the
There it
Enzo
is.
Brzee-
The ambling skeleton.
Yep. And then on the they
What is this?
they gave more fan art.
Let's see it.
Boom, it's your boy.
Look at that. That is Cowboy Johnny with
The Jersey Devil.
the Jersey Devil, which looks like a big bat.
Hey, yeah. Thank you so much. John also wrote a bunch of books. I don't know if we want to show off his books here, but we got My Volcano.
The name of the author is John Elizabeth Stinzy. We have a couple of books here: My Volcano, June Bats, and Vanishing. You're shaking the title. Vanishing Monuments. Check them out,
Can't read
everybody. Thank you, John.
Thank you,
for
John.
your fan art and your support. Anything else?
That's all I got.
Okay, nice. Well, here's let me read you one more story from
Okay.
a skeptic from Proctor Valley Road. This one was funny to me, and I think maybe we might end on this.
I'm a bit of a skeptic.
This is from September 2017. It's all made up.
Skeptical year.
I've been to Proctor Valley plenty of times, and nothing out of the ordinary or paranormal has ever happened to me. I even traveled to a lake that was there at night with a couple of friends, and nothing strange happened. Although we did hear a screeching sound, but I believe it was just a bird. The only thing that did occur while we were there was having car trouble. The car wouldn't start up, but that was all. Never saw a lady in a blue dress. No handprints appeared on the car after the drive through Proctor Valley. No ghost car ever chased us through the road either. Some people are just over imaginative.
Wow. I mean, for a person,
I mean, they went out there in the middle of the night. They heard mysterious screeching, and their car broke down, which is part of the legend. Cars break down there mysteriously.
yeah,
all the time.
If those two things happen to me, I would be like, bro, it's all real.
Literally, the Proctor Valley Monster story says the car breaks down on the road.
Yeah.
Somebody gets out to fix it, and then they're hung from a tree
No.
above the car. You heard the monster screeching. You had the car problems. You're lucky to be alive.
I want to interview that guy.
Yeah, I would love to interview anybody who's actually experienced some paranormal activity out in Proctor Valley or southern San Diego. Apparently close to the Mexican border. It's, big desert wasteland, and there's weird stuff happening out there all the time. That is going to bring us to the end of this week's episode of Mega Strange. Really appreciate everybody tuning in. Be sure to follow Mega Strange on Instagram, where we post pictures and more details and interesting stories about all of the topics we cover here. Sometimes we cover too many topics and we end up cutting them out.
Yes.
But we'll post some of that material on the Instagram. So follow us on Instagram. Follow us individually. You can find me at Derrick Acosta only on Instagram.
You can find me Catboy_Slim.
Yeah, and Mega Strange Podcast is our official handle over there. We're going to be back with more cryptids and more interviews, more interesting stuff, everything weird and bizarre going on in this crazy world.
Yes.
These two guys are going to track it down, figure it out, and disseminate it to all of you in a way that is easily consumable and easy to understand. So, thanks for watching. We'll be back next Saturday at noon with more Mega Strangeness.
Derrick, I don't want to scare you or anything, but there's a woman behind you.